As business managers, we are all probably aware of the fact that we essentially have two directives: protect and produce. We conduct our business transactions faithfully adhering to legally compliant, ethical processes, protecting the house from exposure to criminal and civil penalties. This all while providing our guests the opportunity to take advantage of that which is available to protect their second largest investment. The result of these efforts naturally is our production. The expression 100% of our products to 100% of our guests 100% of the time shouldn't be unfamiliar to any of us. In fact, the usage of printed/electronic menus and their accompanying waivers provide evidence of our processes. Adherence with this policy helps ensure exposure to litigation is mitigated and gives our guests the best shot at a happy ownership experience. It's odd, but oh so true, how vehicle failures suddenly become excusable when someone else, besides our guest, is paying for the failure. To illustrate this point, consider the following. My youngest sister contacted me a few years ago. The VSC that she and her husband had purchased from me was about to expire and she was looking to renew the coverage. According to her, the current contract had already paid approximately $6,800 worth of repairs and she couldn't be happier. In other words, I had escaped being the brother who had facilitated the purchase of the worst vehicle on the planet to his sister, which had destroyed her and her husband financially, and that undoubtedly I would have been browbeaten into sharing the costs to repair. Drama avoided. Instead, after she recounted this sordid tale of motor vehicle disappointment, all she had to say was, "Meh, stuff happens. No big deal. How do I renew my coverage?" This is exactly why, as a salesperson early in my automotive career, when a guest would inquire, "Eric, what do you think about those extended warranties?" my response was always the same. Folks, they handle that in the business office, but I can tell you this: I will not sell a vehicle to a family member without one. I'm allergic to drama. We are not going to be sitting around the table at Thanksgiving talking about their busted who's a what's it. Remember, our happiest guests are those who don't pay for any of their repairs for all covered parts and labor. At the time of this writing, personal automotive challenges again lent perspective to this fact. At that time, the 2.5-year-old vehicle that I drove had just had its radiator and an expensive tire replaced and was soon to have a couple of dents removed. All paid for by someone else on my behalf via coverage. Of course, I, like anyone else, was very happy not to be the one paying for these failures. The opportunity to review this win presented itself when asked by a friend about said flat tire exploits. As I finished detailing how poorly my wardrobe had fared, except for my wallet, she suddenly became concerned. She asked, "What about my wheels and tires?" Imagine how surprised I was to hear she may not have been given the same opportunity as myself. Her business manager may not have reviewed everything available to protect her 1-week-old new car purchase. When I asked if she took advantage of a VSC on her new car, she said that yes, indeed she had. However, according to her, the business manager hadn't said anything about the tires or wheels, and she was also worried about the cost of her keys. Heck, I hadn't even mentioned keys. For a moment, I was considering what may have happened. Knowing that my friend had a really tight budget, I asked if she had expressed to her salesperson the necessity to keep the payment as low as possible. She said that yes, she had, but that she was budgeting that money for the car only. She knew that she would have to pay more for the coverage of which she absolutely wanted to take advantage. When I asked whether she would have then therefore been willing to pay another $15 to $20 per month for 5 years, unlimited mileage and zero deductible, worth of coverage on her tires, wheels, and keys, she enthusiastically replied, "Yes, done deal." Clearly, this illustrates that we must resist the urge to interview our salespeople. It is with our guests that these efforts should be focused. I have covered this here. Remember our directives in the business office: protect and produce. We have an obligation to provide our guests every opportunity to take advantage of that which we offer 100% of the time. Think about it. Good luck and good selling.